And this is called Wisdom of the Ages. Don't wear your spurs to bed, boys. Don't wear your spurs to bed. What usually occurs, you get them all tangled up in hers. So don't wear your spurs to bed. Don't let your horse in the house. Don't do it. Don't let your horse in the house. You let your horse in the house, he takes up the whole darn couch. So don't let your horse in the house. That's just wisdom of the ages. You don't find it in any pages, or spoken by philosophers long dead. That's all the things Confucius never said. Don't turn your back on the bull. Don't turn your back on the bull. You better look him in the face, or he'll knock you into space, boys. Don't turn your back on the bull. Don't let her cook when she's mad. Never let her cook when she's mad. She's been slaving in the kitchen, now the cat's gone missing. Oh, don't let her cook when she's mad. That's just wisdom of the ages. You don't find it in any pages, or spoken by philosophers long dead. That's all the things Aristotle never said. That's just wisdom of the ages. You don't find it in any pages, or spoken by philosophers long dead. Those all the things that Freud never said. Don't wear your spurs to bed, boys. Don't wear your spurs to bed. You'll be explaining all those scars to the nurses in ER. So don't wear your spurs to bed. That's what I said. Don't wear your spurs to bed. Don't wear your spurs to bed.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. So why don't we go and take a little break, and we'll come back in about 15 minutes if that's okay with you guys. Get a beer or 5. Don't forget to come back though. Sally, okay, good. We had to wake up the sound guy back there. Thank you, most of you, for sticking around. One guy left his hat. We're going to auction that a little later. Okay, so welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for coming back. Always good. Steve and I had considered, we were thinking about it, that we should come back, but thought it'd be a good idea. Thank you so much. So this is probably the most popular song that I've written, at least that I know about. This is called Big Nevada Sky. That campfire, boys, I wanna lie here a while and enjoy a heavenly canvas signed by the master's hand. Watch the moon rising through the trees. I recollect that it's nights like these that I love being out beneath that big Nevada sky. Sit a spell in the campfire glow, drift along in the cosmic flow. From where I stand, there ain't a bad seat in the house. All the night it's so clear you can hold the stars in the palm of your hand. Oh, I love being out beneath that big Nevada sky. City lights are too bright for me. City light that ain't right for me. When I look up, all I wanna see is the splendor in the galaxy. There ain't a vista anywhere as sweet, where the sky and the sagebrush meet. Mountains in silhouette, the smell of a juniper wind. In the shade of the Milky Way, I can stare at the night all day, 'cause I love being out beneath that big Nevada sky. So don't you put out that campfire, boys. I wanna lie here a while and enjoy a heavenly canvas signed by the master's hand. Watch the moon rising through the trees. I recollect that it's nights like these. I love being out beneath that big Nevada sky. Thank you so much. Thank you. I just got fined $5 by the band for missing the end of that song. Hey, and you gotta mark that group right there as tardy. They came in late. All of them. Speaking of starting over, so I got to thinking about what it was like to work a job for your whole entire life and then realize that you couldn't do that job anymore and that it was time to stop doing what you were doing. So I wrote this song quite a while ago, I think, and it's always been one of my favorite songs, and I very rarely get to play it because you have to have the right group, the right time. But you guys look gullible, so This is a song called Too Early, Too Cold, Too Old. As I stare across the valley, I can't help but be nostalgic and marvel how the years have gone so fast. And somewhere out there in the distance, riding in and out of vision, I recognize that boy from way back in my past. All the cowboys on the fence posts, they're all smiling down like old ghosts. I hear them whispering, this kid is never gonna last. But I never gave much thought to quitting. Now I've gone on to outlive him, though I knew someday I too must ride that path. And one by one, throughout the years, I watched each cowboy pack his gear and stop here on this spot and reminisce. Oh, the vagaries of youth, it seeks to hide that bitter truth, that someday it must all come down to this. On that morning when you wake up with more slack than you can take up, you're all done in, you're bloody tired and sore, and the teardrops fill your eyes, and you finally realize that it's too early, it's too cold, and you're too old to be a cowboy anymore. Oh, it never occurred to me to save up more than just memories, but I'll go a rich man if they say in the end he was a good hand, he was a good friend. And looking back now, down the seasons, the days blow by like autumn leaves on the wind that whispers that winter's on the way. Though a man stand firm against it, the wheels of time roll on relentless, and in the end our deeds are all that does remain. So let me stand amidst perfection, beneath blue sky in all directions. Take one last look before you close that bunkhouse door. Throw my saddle in the truck, boys, and you can wish me the best of luck, boys. 'Cause it's too early, it's too cold, and I'm too old to be a cowboy anymore. So throw my saddle in the truck, boys. You can wish me the best of luck, boys. It's too early, it's too cold, and I'm too old to be a cowboy anymore. Thank you so much. Thank you. So occasionally we break off from our regular cowboy roots, and we do things that are, songs that are just a little bit kind of down a side alley. I think this, this is one of those songs, and we had originally didn't think that we were going to record this song, but when we played it for the producer, he said, you have to put that on the CD. So this is a song called Crazy Talk. A shot of Crown Royal wasn't thinking too clear. Pretty little girl took you by surprise. She had a linebacker boyfriend nearly twice his size. I tried to stop him, there was nothing I could do. He said, is this ugly guy bothering you? That's crazy talk. I tell you, that's crazy talk. Oh, Kelly saw a sign at the county fair. Here's $100 bill if you can ride this mare. The toughest little horse I've ever seen. One look in her eye and you can tell she's mean. Needless to say, Kelly didn't win, but when he hit the ground, he said, let's do that again. That's crazy talk. I tell you, that's crazy talk. You talk like that, people think you're insane. Don't run your mouth till you start your brain. That's crazy talk. That's just crazy talk. There's a long stretch of highway just south of Lund. Tricia likes to let her Mustang run. She got a ticket for reckless, one for speed, and now a little bit of jail time guaranteed. I slowed down when I saw you coming. Let's do the next 20 miles, double or nothing. That's crazy talk. I tell you, that's crazy talk. You talk like that, people think you're insane. Don't run your mouth till you start your brain. That's crazy talk. That's crazy talk. Oh, why do we say those things we say? Never let common sense get in our way. We love crazy talk. We love crazy talk. There was a billion stars hanging in the skies, like champagne bubbles in her big blue eyes. Just for a moment I lost my head. I don't remember anything I said. She said yes unexpectedly, cause some guy said, would you marry me? That's crazy talk. I tell you, that's crazy talk. You talk like that, people think you're insane. Don't run your mouth till you start your brain. That's crazy talk. That's just crazy talk. That's crazy talk. That's crazy talk. That's crazy, crazy talk. That's just crazy talk. Thank you. Yeah, we can do that. It says, Steve, your zipper is down. That's what you get for taking up space in the chair. Sorry. This is a relatively new song. It's not relatively new, it's really new. This is a song that I actually wrote between my house and the airport. And this is called Cowboy Through and Through. I'm a friend of cactus, I'm a friend of sand, I'm a friend of things that crawl across the desert land. I'm a friend of campfires, I'm a friend of stars, I'm a friend of pretty girls, and a friend of smoky bars. When it's cold out, I don't mind it, you can catch it, I can ride it, I'm a cowboy. I love a pair of good boots, I love a western song, I love a comfy saddle you can work in all day long. I love to see the mountains in the early morning light, and sleeping in a bunkhouse where the cowboys snore all night. When I got it, I sure spend it, if it's broken I can mend it. I'm a cowboy, oh I'm a cowboy through and through. Cowboy through and through. Buckaroo or wrangler, call me one thing or the other. The only thing you shouldn't do is call me late for supper. I'm a cowboy. I got a fine horse with a friendly disposition. I got a good cow dog that loves to sit and listen to tall tales of life out on the range. They both love working cattle and they never once complain. If it bucks, I probably broke it. If it runs, then I can rope it. I'm a cowboy. Oh, I'm a cowboy. That's what I do. Cowboy through and through. Buckaroo or wrangler, call me one thing or the other. The only thing you shouldn't do is call me late for supper. I'm a cowboy. I'm a cowboy. I'm a cowboy. Thank you so much. So I got a request to do, I think this song might be the perfect song to do for a kid that I went to high school with, named Gary Studd, who didn't come back from the war. So I have the last CD I did is called Come Back Home, and I can't think of a better way to put this. So this is called Come Back Home. Come back home and find your footprints right where you left them years ago. Still guarding all your memories, waiting for the day you find the show. Don't forget to smell the sagebrush, the pine trees and the paintbrush, how the moonlight scatters diamonds in the snow. Oh, we miss you in Nevada. Come back home. Come back home to friends and family, where thoughts of you are always close at hand. And we're praying for your safety from Cape Town to the mountains of Afghanistan. You close your eyes and make your way back to the bright lights of Las Vegas, for that secret spot you sure nobody knows. Oh, we miss you in Nevada, come back home. Are you carrying the toolbox? Are you carrying the pen? Are you forwarding diplomacy, or just a businessman? Are you carrying a cross? Are you carrying a gun? May good fortune always carry you till your work gets done. And come on home and put your roots down, breathe deep and taste the magic in this land. From horizon to horizon, there's room enough for all the dreams you plan. Wherever circumstances find you, you can't undo the ties that bind you, the tugging on your heart that don't let go. Oh, we miss you in Nevada, come back home. Oh, we miss you in Nevada, come back home. Come back home and find your footprints right where you left them years ago. Still guarding all your memories and waiting for the day you finally show. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That is from a CD that of the same name, Come Back Home. That's all Nevada songs. So if you, I always tell people, if you know somebody from Nevada that can't be here, it's not living in the state, send them that CD. It'll remind them of home. So, this is a song that reminds us that no matter how bad things are, there's always one more step to go. This is called This Side of the Dirt. Old buckaroo out riding on the range. Didn't have care in the world or a dollar to his name. I inquired as to his welfare, he thought about that some. Then he looked at me a while, let me tell you son, I'll never be perfect, I could be worse. I could be pushing up daisies or riding a long black hearse, but I'm keeping busy doing the good Lord's work, and I won't complain while I remain on this side of the dirt, on this side of the dirt. I know a kid from Colorado just about a year ago. He cheated death when he had a wreck at a local rodeo. But he broke his back and he broke his leg and he's had a tough time since. But I know what he'd tell you if you asked him how he is. I'll never be perfect, I could be worse. I could be pushing up daisies or riding in a long black hearse, but I'm keeping busy doing the good Lord's work. And I won't complain while I remain on this side of the dirt, on this side of the dirt. Some things you hear just roll on by, some you'll take to heart. But a tumbleweed that fights the wind just gets blown apart. Down a country road, there's a little house on a 20-acre lot. And that little house is all that's left of everything they bought. And they fought the bank and they fought the weather till finally they gave in. But if you retreat, you regroup, you can rebuild again. It'll never be perfect, it could be worse. You could be pushing up daisies or riding in a long black hearse, but you gotta keep busy doing the good Lord's work. And don't complain while you remain on this side of the dirt, on this side of the dirt. I won't complain while I remain on this side of the dirt. Thank you so much. Thank you. So, I have another poem here for you. Something a little bit cheerier than the last one. This is the perfect time of year to do this because these are popping up everywhere. And this is called the garage sale. It's a marvelous piece of engineering, the construction of a woman's brain. A collection of neurons and synapses that science struggles to explain. An object of such complexity in a package so neat and small. Why, you can study women all your life and find you don't know much at all. But those of us whose chromosomes consist of X and Y, well, with food and beer and football, we can pretty much get by. And we're highly trainable. In that classic Pavlovian style, we will respond predictably to repeated stimuli. Now, no one has ever accused me of being the sharpest tool in the shed. And it took a while, but I caught on to my wife's latest experiment. She said, "Honey, let's have a garage sale." I said, "That's okay with me. How much you think we're gonna make?" She said, "Well, we'll just wait and see." So on the morning of the big event, I got up at first daylight because I know that serious garage sale buyers don't sleep at all at night. Hey, aren't those my golf clubs? That's my sweater, my old hat. My baseball glove from Little League now. Why is she selling that? My favorite pair of Holy jeans, my fishing rod and reel. Why, everything she's got for sale all belongs to me. Well, in a fit of righteous indignation, I confronted her in a huff. I said, "Honey, how come you're selling all my stuff? Are you running off with the pool boy? Are you leaving, God forbid? Did the doctor call to say I've only got a month to live?" She said, "Don't be ridiculous. It's nothing quite so rash. Stand back and watch me turn all these junk collectors into cash." Junk collectors, I said. "Honey, have you lost your mind? Do you not know trash from treasure? I believe your greed has turned you blind. Do you not understand the principle of sentimental value?" She looked me in the face. "Please, this is just a bunch of junk that takes up a lot of space." That almost left me speechless. But I decided I'd had enough. I'd have to put her in her place. I bought back all my stuff. So I added up the price tag, I handed her the money, and with as much bluster as I could muster, I said, "Now let that be a lesson, honey." She said, "You know, Macy's has a big half-off sale today. I should be back about the time you get all your new stuff put away. So the object of this experiment is what Pavlov would expect. She just mentions garage sale and I write another check. It's a marvelous piece of engineering, the construction of a woman's brain. And men have yet to figure out how we ever got this easy for them to train. Thank you so much. See, there's half the audience is going, uh-huh. So, this is a true story. I was driving between Tonopah and Las Vegas, Tonopah and Goldfield. And I turned on the radio, and there's only one station that you could get, and it is 89.1 FM, the voice of Goldfield, Nevada. So one of my songs came on the radio. I thought, well, that's pretty cool. So on the way back from Vegas, I turned on the radio, I heard it again. But you can't get that radio station when you get past Tonopah or on the other side of Goldfield. It just goes away. So for 40 miles, I am famous. So this is the title of the new CD, and this is called 40 Miles of Famous. I turned on my radio and tuned in the only choice. Pouring through those speakers, I recognized my voice. On that lonely stretch of highway where the crows and the coyotes call. I'm 40 miles of famous between Goldfield and Tonopah. And in between those rugged peaks, my songs, they just get trapped. That little drive on 95's my music habitat. Why, there's places in this country that I don't get played at all. But I'm 40 miles of famous between Goldfield and Tonopah. I'm 40 miles of famous just south of Tonopah. To the tourists and the truckers and the snowbirds, I'm a star. They play this side of the dirt, sometimes big Nevada sky. Well, it ain't exactly Nashville, but I'm famous for 40 miles. Someone told me radio waves go forever out in space. A million years from now, I could be famous in another place. Or I might be a hologram in some galactic bar. Right now I'm 40 miles of famous between Goldfield and Tonopah. I'm 40 miles of famous just south of Tonopah. To the tourists and the truckers and the snowbirds, I'm a star. They play this side of the dirt, sometimes big Nevada sky. Oh, it ain't exactly Nashville, but I'm famous for 40 miles. Oh, you don't know who'll be listening to that little FM station. I could be a 60-year-old overnight sensation. I turned on my radio, tuned in the only choice. Pouring through those speakers, I recognize my voice. So I indulged my vanity just because I could. I cranked up the volume, shouted, damn, that guy is good. I'm 40 just south of Tonopah. To the tourists and the truckers and the snowbirds, I'm a star. They play this side of the dirt, sometimes big Nevada sky. Well, it ain't exactly Nashville, but I'm famous for 40 miles. Oh, it ain't exactly Nashville, but I'm famous for 40 miles. Oh, it ain't exactly Nashville, but I'm famous for 40 miles. Thank you so much. So we're just going to do a couple more songs because I'm sure that you've probably all lost enough weight by now. So this is a song that I got an idea from Steve. So this is called Your Zipper Is Down. This is called Cowboy and Lonely. On the corner of Cowboy and Lonely, only the wind blows by every now and then. Shakes my hand. It's good to see you, my old friend. I'll catch you next time. We'll blow this way again. On the corner of Cowboy and Lonely, only the clouds drift by every now and then. They say it looks like you could use the shade, my friend. Catch you next time we drift this way again. I try, but there's just no way of describing that it's lonely from horizon to horizon. You could stand here all day long and nothing ever comes along but the wind and the clouds on the corner, Cowboy and Lonely. How I've been, I get a front row for their concerto and the moonlight rehearsals now and then. I try, but there's just no way of describing that it's lonely from horizon to horizon. You could stand here all day long and nothing ever comes along but the wind and the clouds and the coyotes on the shoulder, Cowboy and Lonely. Well, there's something to be said for all those lonely places. I love the way the full moon fills up those empty spaces. On the corner of Cowboy and Lonely, only my shadow seems to know the time of day. Sunrise he marches halfway to darkness and then turns and just rides back the other way. I try, but there's just no way of describing that it's lonely from horizon to horizon. You could stand here all day long and nothing ever comes along but the wind and the clouds and the coyotes and the shadows on the corner, Cowboy and Lonely. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thanks so much for the people at the Opera House for inviting us to come to play. I know, they've had Dave Stamey, and they've had Junie Fisher, they've had Mary Kay, so they've been really getting a lot of Western music in. So it's so nice of you to support that, and hopefully they'll keep it going. So thank you so much for coming out tonight. Appreciate that. So this is our last song, and I wish I would have written this song. This is an old song from a Gene Autry movie, and this is called When It's Nighttime in Nevada. When the golden sun is slowly sinking down behind the mountains to the west of you, sweetheart, I am thinking, just fashioning a dream I love the best. When it's nighttime in Nevada, I'm dreaming of the old days on the prairie and you, and I miss you when the campfires are gleaming, and I wonder if you miss me too. I can see the great divide and the trails we used to ride. Why, that's the only bit of heaven I knew. When it's nighttime in Nevada, I'm dreaming of the old days on the prairie and you. I've been drifting since we rode the ranges. I took to roaming when you went away, with a love for you that never changes. And I'm hoping we'll meet again someday. When it's nighttime in Nevada, I'm dreaming of the old days on the prairie and you, and I miss you when the campfires are gleaming, and I'm wondering if you miss me too. I can see the great divide and the trails we used to ride. Why, that's the only bit of heaven I knew. When it's nighttime in Nevada, I'm dreaming of the old days on the prairie and you, of the old days on the prairie and you, of the old days on the prairie and you.
for coming out. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. Be safe, have a great night, and talk to you later. Good night. Thank you so much. Thank you. Just 1, 2. Oh, there you go. Okay, one more soon to get you. One more soon. This is called Impossible Blue. Roll out, cowboy, it's time to saddle up. I'm not waiting for the likes of you. The morning sun's playing along the mountain range. We'll watch the moon rise up before this day is through. Roll out, cowboy, get some coffee and a cigarette. Shake a little life into those aches and pains. Pray for rain, but all I got was prairie dust and hellish hot. We'll just keep moving along till the devil himself complains. Tell me who could be luckier than me, luckier than you. Stare up at that sky. I don't believe my eyes recognize that hue. It's impossible blue. Roll out, cowboy, look around and tell me what you see. What brush could capture such a masterpiece? Not a fence post, not a rail, just miles and miles of empty trail. It's a middle of nowhere, there's nowhere I'd rather be. Tell me truthfully, who's luckier than me, luckier than you? Stare up at that sky. I don't believe my eyes recognize that hue. It's impossible blue. Roll out, cowboy, it's time to saddle up. I'm not waiting for the likes of you. The morning sun's flame along the mountain range. It's time to ride off out into the impossible blue. Thank you so much. Have a great night. Thank you so much. Thank you.